And no matter how much of a good person you are, and you try and you shoot and you're there for people, if somebody wants to see the bad in you, they will.
It is not always smart or safe to ask family and friends for advice, especially if their life doesn't look like what you want yours to mimic.
Well, I put it as a post, but there's nothing like saying it. Check this out, and this is the truth. No matter how much of a negative or bad person you might seem like, if somebody wants to see the good in you, they will. And no matter how much of a good person you are, and you try and you shoot and you're there for people, if somebody wants to see the bad in you, they will. And the truth of the matter is, some people just can't help but see in you what's really in them. See, y'all not. Don't let somebody else's projections make you feel like you're less of a person or you got to prove something more. There's just some people who cannot see, who can't unsee a mirror everywhere that they look. Don't be mad at me because you see you. It ain't in me.
So I love the analogy he gave with the whole mirror. Like, some people can't unsee the mirror, right? They can't help but to see the world in their lens. But this is the thing. Most of us see the world in our lens, but what kind of lens are you looking through, right? So I have an example for this whole projection video, right? So I'm gonna breathe on this, right? My breath is hot. It's early in the morning. But yo, look. So right now, all right, well, they go clear very fast. But just imagine glasses, right? These glasses are dirty. They have a whole bunch of handprints on them. When you look through these glasses, do you think I have a very good view of reality? When I look through the glasses, do you think I have a very good view of this room that I'm in? Do I have a very good view of this camera? Nah, it's a little distorted. What I'm seeing, what's being projected, is a little distorted because it's coming from something that is not clean. It's coming from something that has not been reevaluated. I'm looking straight and with my trauma. I'm looking with my dirt. Everything I see is very foggy right now. The world would just look different when I look through these lenses and I project onto other people. So when we talk about projection, I want you guys to think about it like this. We all are wearing glasses, all right? We are all seeing the world in a different way. What's blue to me might be different to you. Your blue in your eyes might actually be my red. We will never know that. But what I will say is understanding that we all see the world in different ways, perspectives, will give you a sense of compassion because you will realize that a lot of these conversations that you're in with other people are coming from some type of projection of their past. The reason why this can be so dangerous is because for a lot of us, the judgment that we pass onto ourselves is what other people are saying to us or how other people are treating us. A lot of us is saying that our worth is what other people see and how other people treat us. We never sit back and question, what lens is this person seeing me through before I take their judgment, constructive criticism. Yo, real quick, I've been putting people onto this new website and my DMs have been flooded with people that are making money from this website. I love being able to see people make easy money. But if you haven't tried it out yet, here's how it go. All you got to do is click the link in the description below or the link in the comment section below. Sign up through my link. You start out with a free $5 and all you're doing is playing games. You're playing games or you're reviewing a show. When you play the games, it tells you how much money you can make. And as you beat the levels, you'll make more money. And you can actually cash it out to yourself. I've been telling y'all about this for a while now. And I know a lot of people have been asking me, yo, is it legit? Is it legit? It's definitely legit. People are really making money. So if you kind of been on the fence about it, this is your sign right here just to try it out. So hit my link, sign up, and I want y'all to DM me that, yo, I just cashed out and I just made some money. DM me on Instagram so I know you winning, and I'll put you in one of my videos as well.
I have a feeling that if you are someone who takes things very personally, the reason that you take things personally is because you tend to project yourself and the qualities that you have onto other people. And what I mean by that is that the way that you treat other people is the way that you expect them to treat you. So when they don't treat you that way, it feels like a personal attack because in your mind, you're like, I would never do that. I would never treat them that way. And I can't speak for anyone else but myself, but I feel like this past month, there have just been so many situations where I feel like I have been intentionally left out or not included in something. And when I take a step back, when I'm not in an emotional state and look at it from an objective point of view, I do realize that it has nothing to do with me. But the reason why I internalize it as something must be wrong with me or I'm the problem is because I would never intentionally leave someone out. Like, that is just something that would never cross my mind. So for example, if I'm posting something on Instagram and I'm following all of the people that are in the photo that I'm going to be posting, I'm not just going to leave one person out. Like, I don't care how close I am with you. If you're in the photo, I'm tagging you. So when that same situation happens to me, specifically when the person who posts said photo requested to follow me like 15 minutes before she made this photo carousel, it's like, how do I not take that personally? But the reason why I take situations like these so hard is because, again, I would never do that. And so because I don't do that, I expect other people to do the same.
That was such a girly example. Because listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I make a post and you're in the picture, it's a very high chance I ain't going to tag you. You know why? It ain't because I don't want you to get followers. It ain't because, whatever. It's just because I'm not putting that much thought into what needs to happen if I make this post. But that is a great example because she could go about it like this. Girl, why you ain't post me? Or let's just say she talking to me, right? Because I just said I would do that. Let's just say she talking to me. Why wouldn't you? You just don't want me to get followers. What is wrong with you? Like no, you're just scared that I'm going to steal all your followers because I'm in the photo with you and that's your problem. And I'm sitting there like, well, honestly, I just didn't really think about it. I just but let's go back to the lenses. How are we seeing this? We're both wearing different lenses, right? We're both wearing different lenses. How are we seeing this? Okay, so in that person's point of view, you're seeing it from an understanding of if somebody does not mention you in a photo, it means this. Now, to the person on the receiving end, it's like, it ain't that big of a deal. So now I can sit here and hear you take it extremely personal and make a decision. Do I take this personally and be like, damn, do I really suck as a person knowing that wasn't my intentions? Or do I realize I'm going to be empathetic and I'm going to walk you through what you're actually going through because that wasn't my intentions. Now, the question is, why did you immediately see it like that? What are you projecting? Where's this coming from? I'm telling y'all, if you understand projection, it will save you so much headache, so much bandwidth. I give you guys an example that I real life went through, right? I'm not going to say no names, of course. I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but I'll just say family members, right? So family member A, I was talking to, right? I was having a conversation with family member A. Family member A is, has their own house, has their own situation, has everything, right? And they have a good situation. I was talking, I just so happened to be in the conversation. I brought up family member B. And I seen family members B house. And I was like, yo, such and such just got a new crib. I was walking around, they had this, they had that, they had this. And family member A didn't really respond. Mind you, he wasn't talking about family member A's house or anything like that. But it was just like oh, okay. So I was like, all right, yeah, it was just, I just kept going. Like, yeah, it was just a really nice house, nice front yard, nice backyard or whatever. Like, I just love seeing stuff like that. Now, I'm coming from a place of, man, seeing all of this just inspires me. Family member A is very quiet still. So I'm like, all right, cool. It comes back to me maybe a day or two later. And it comes back to me in a form like this. The other day when you talked about family member B, I just wanted to know, were you trying to make me jealous or something? I seen the pictures you sent me, yeah, okay, they nice. And because I didn't give you a response, it was like, do I have to give you a response? I don't know. It just kind of felt like, were you trying to make me feel jealous? What exactly was it? Now me, I'm like, wait a minute. I sent you the pictures because it was nice. What I saw was actually nice. It was a nice living room. It was nice. I sent you a picture just off of yo, this is what I saw the other day. This was nice. You received that as, you're only sending this to me because you want me to look at my house as if it's small. You want me to look in my living room and be like, oh, it's not as good as this living room. Although I didn't use none of those words, I didn't even make any type of comparisons, but something in your head made you see it like that. Now, this is a minute where I can make a decision, right? So either I could go about it like this, which a lot of people do, right? Family member A says, you try to make me jealous? Why would I try to make you jealous? There was no reason for me to make you jealous. What are you even talking about? Who's out here trying to make you feel jealous? Like, it's not even about that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you being mad insecure. What does jealousy have to do with anything? Now my head hurts. Or something deeper is going on. This is what is this person projecting? Something deeper is going on. Okay, well, what made you think I said it like that? Well, because you said it like this. And yeah, he has that, but I got some of that too. Okay, now I know this person, right? I know this person, and I know that growing up, they had battles with a sibling that would receive more attention than they would. So now, as you're talking, I'm like, okay, comparing yourself to somebody, saying that I have it too, I'm saying that this person has something good. You equated that to this person has something better than me. Who made you feel like that? Because it wasn't me. Somebody else made you feel like that. Hurt is coming from somewhere else. So that conversation, I just put it like this. That conversation wound up going like this. I wound up bringing up, listen, I have no reason to compare the two of you, okay? I'm inspired very easily by what the older people in my life are doing, because I know if you guys are doing it, then it's obtainable for me if I can have conversations with y'all. This is just a moment that I was just appreciating what family member B had. But this takes me to what you went through when you were younger. I understand that this person didn't appreciate you, but that's not how I feel about you at all. I look up to you. Now, I very much appreciate everything you have done. And I look at the things that you do and be like, I want to do that. But just because these people did that to you doesn't mean I will do that to you too. Back to y'all, right? And that situation wound up, it didn't blow up anything. It wound up in tears. It wound up in vulnerability. It wound up in a very healthy conversation instead of going where it could have went. Now, I want you guys, when you're in a situation, always understand where this person can be coming from. We say that a lot. I understand where you're coming from. Do you? Or do you just understand what I said? 2 + 2 is 4, but do you understand why? Because when we look at it from somebody else's point of view, a projection, we can save ourselves a lot of headache. Because I could have easily looked at that and be like, damn, maybe I do have comparison issues. Maybe I do have an issue with making people feel less than because of other people's accomplishments. No.
It is not always smart or safe to ask family and friends for advice, especially if their life doesn't look like what you want yours to mimic. You want to talk about it?
Yes.
You should not be taking financial advice from.
I actually been trying to get an interview with her, Miss Denisha Monique. By the time we do the interview, I'll have her name down pat or whatever. But we're looking at possibly December, January timeframe of me being able to do an interview on her. She's a psychologist. So if y'all want to see that, now comment below you want to see that and all that good stuff. But before she says what she's about to say, that is so real. Because we look up to our family and especially like the adults that raise us, and we believe they have the answers because they have had the answers. When we're hungry, they have the food. When the bills need to be paid, they're the ones that's paying the bills. When we have an issue at school, we go to them and they can help us figure out the problem. They always seem like the people that have the answers until you grow out of the answers that they have. You have now grown past the knowledge that they can give you. Somebody felt that. When I said that, and you know why? Because I felt that. So now, what does that look like? Let's just say, yo, Ma, I want to start a YouTube page, and I want to do this with it, and I want to live off of this, and I could really see myself being great in this. Yeah, but there's too many people that's doing that. Like, are you sure you can really, like, I don't really know if that's for you, wait a minute. Where's all of that coming from? It's coming from a place of you projecting what you don't know. If you don't know about it, well, either gain knowledge on it, but don't spit on what my possibility is. But a lot of people do that, and especially with money. They tell you how to make decisions with money when they're really just projecting their thoughts on money or their experiences with money. And for a lot of us, that's all we can do, which is why knowledge is power. Gain power so you're not projecting from hurt. Great example is credit cards. A lot of people will sit here and tell you that credit cards are bad. I'll tell you that credit cards are great. What are we projecting? I'm projecting a great experience using credit cards. Somebody else is experiencing going into debt using credit cards. Well, why did you go into debt? How did you go about that? How did you get there? Instead of saying, nah, just don't do it, how did you get there? Because somebody that understands credit cards will tell you that, well, you could get cash back. You could get cash advances. You could get, you're not really using your money directly. You could get increases. It helps your credit. You could get points. You get free traveling. You don't get none of that from a debit card. But again, where are we projecting from?
Broke person. Just like a person who's never had a successful, thriving business should be given advice about business. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of people, most people who are in poverty and most people who are stuck, broke, and broken are really literally sitting in that and bathing in that because they are taking advice from the people who are still slaves to their own lives and circumstances. And they are expecting the advice that these people are giving them to be beneficial. But the truth of the matter is, if the advice was so good, why don't they take their own? If they have all this financial advice, relationship advice, why don't they have successful relationships? Why don't they have better finances? Why aren't they good at managing money, investing money, making their money?
What I will say to that though, and I would love to, have a back and forth dialogue with her about this topic, is that some people do learn from something that didn't go right for them. They may have healed through it, like I'll use my last relationship as an example before my wife. I was in a relationship with somebody that from the beginning, they didn't show strong interest. I can give somebody advice like, look, this is what it looks like when somebody's not showing strong interest, and this is what it's going to turn into. So some people have learned from their mistakes. So I'm not going to say you just can't take advice from people, but the best people to take advice from are the people that actually have that thing that you want.
You make more money for them. How are they going to tell you to start a business or how to start a business when they have started a business and never completed? They always gave up and quit. Want to tell me? The Bible puts it like this. You will know the tree by the fruit that it bears, right? And a lot of people are literally trying to get fruit off of a tree or taking advice from somebody who don't, there's no evidence of it. There's no evidence. There's no fruit. There's nothing there.
Everybody that has an opinion should not be listened to. Especially when you're going somewhere or you're trying to go somewhere that nobody around you has gotten to. Because all they can do is project onto you. Remember, project onto you how they view the world. And if you guys aren't aligned with the same vision, the same possibilities, because so many things are endless, but we have got stuck in other people's projections and our own projections of ourselves. What does that look like? It looks like this. You want to start a business, you want to do something, right? But there's a part of you that believes that that is for a certain kind of person. and you're not that person. So you project onto yourself this belief that at some point in time, a speck got onto your vision, right? And you started to believe that these people are better than me, or these people can do something that I can't do. So what do? I did another video about this, self-sabotage. You self-sabotage yourself because of what you're projecting from the past. The funny word about projection is it's all about how you're seeing it. It's all about the perspective of how you're perceiving it. Here's the thing, none of it is actually factual. Some way, somehow, your vision has got distorted. I already talked about other people's visions being distorted and then affecting us. But how is your vision being distorted in your own life and ruining your life? Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, what am I seeing through my traumas? What am I still seeing through my dating history that has been failing? How am I seeing myself through what I've done wrong instead of what I've done good and what else I can do? How am I projecting onto my own life? That's real. That's real. You know what I mean? But you ask yourself that. How are you projecting onto your own life? What are you allowing to be carried with you from your past? Whose opinions that are being projected onto you are you carrying? Self-awareness can save us so much headache and ruining relationships with other people. Imagine the dude that is dating the girl, right? That every time he does something good, well, at least he believes it's good. It's a good thing. It's a, he's bringing up flowers. He's opened up all the doors. He protects her. He talks nice to her. He's a respectful gentleman, right? But this girl always says to him, "You're not doing enough. I need more. Like, this is, but this is not enough." Now, to that guy, somebody that puts his self-worth in how the world projects onto him, he will receive it like this. Damn, maybe my good is actually not good enough. Maybe who I am really is not enough. Because this is what I thought was great. Instead of asking yourself, well, where's this coming from? She has had trouble with feeling or experiencing love in her past. So now she actually has trouble with accepting love in her present. So see, she finds a way to self-sabotage it. And now you're receiving it as I'm not enough. But she actually has something she has to work on within herself. Again, this is why understanding projection is so important, because it can be the make me, break me sometimes of your insecurities, of you going down an insecure spiral when it never was really even about you. I got 6 minutes to leave the house because me and my wife, we got an ultrasounds appointment at 3 o'clock to see my baby girl. Your boy's about to have 3 kids, y'all. Who am I? Who am I? But today is Sunday, so I got to end this video out like this because I don't know who's going to church today, So I pulled up a couple of scriptures for you guys to walk away with on this whole projection topic, right? Because today is Sunday, and for my Christian folks, if you're not going to watch a word, I still want to give you a word. I'm posting this a little bit later in the day, and I apologize for that. I woke up a little later, and it took me a minute to kind of put this video together as well. All right, so the first one is going to be, the first scripture is going to be Matthew chapter 7, verse 3-5. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You're a hypocrite. First, take the plank out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. That takes me back to the analogy of trying to judge somebody else through your own traumas. How are you going to judge somebody when you're not a judge? You're not someone to judge. I mean, nobody should be judging, but how are you trying to give constructive criticism when your criticism is skewed? I know that's not exactly what that scripture is about. It's really about, hey, how you going to judge me when you got all the stuff you got going on? But it still ties in. That's the way I see it, right? That's projecting word for word, judging others for the very thing you refuse to face in yourself. People see in others what they can't accept in their own reflection. Romans chapter 2, verse 1. You, therefore, have no excuses. You who pass judgment on someone else, for at whatever point you judge another, you are condemning yourself, because who pass judgment do the same things. Meaning, the verse exposes how calling out others can reveal your own hidden guilt or shame, the heart of psychological projection. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 2. A person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart. Meaning, projection comes from self-deception. People convince themselves they're right so they don't have to face what's wrong inside. It's so easy for our egos to protect us and to stop us from seeing things from somebody else's lens, because then, that may say I'm wrong. It's so easy to just find a way to, how can I justify this? That's what your brain wants to do. Sometimes you got to turn that off and say, what am I projecting? Am I coming from some type of pain I've been through? And then ask yourself, has this person put me through that pain? So it's a protection mechanism. But in the end, it can hurt you and the other party. But that being said, I got 3 minutes to get ready. My wife gonna get me. All right, so I gotta go, y'all. Anyways, y'all, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff. Enjoy y'all Sunday. And like I say in all of my videos, if you want to make extra money just playing games on your phone, all you gotta do is click the link in the description below or the link in the comment section below. All right, these apps, they're literally paying people just to play games on their phone. It's honestly crazy every time I think about it. All right, so go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, like I said, and all that good stuff. Until next time, y'all, it's been your boy Ty Boogie. I'm out of here, man. Peace.